Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hello people, welcome to New Age Astrology. This is our first class. We will see the origin of astrology, that's called as Jyotisha. The syllabus will be given shortly. So let us make it simpler than before. Origin of Jyotisha, aka astrology, connects back to the earlier days when people used to practice Vedas. There are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. So this is like not only related to Hinduism, aka also known as Sanatana Dharma. No. Veda, in simple, is words by God himself. So in 3 words, like a word, words of God. Because word, it's not only a single word by God, like ta and pa means tapa. It's like meditation or something called as like, it's not only ta and pa. Meditation or penance is not the only thing. Yeah. So the whole of the Vedas we cannot describe in a single word. Hence, the Veda is the words of God. So we have a major taken into main parts of the word. We have 12 religions, namely Christianity. They have the Holy Bible, the words of God. Son of God is Jesus. There also you find words of God again. So Veda here is words of God. Not only I am telling Veda is applicable to Sanatana Dharma. No, Veda is for all the people, all the living beings also. Veda has described. It's not like that. If you take Islam, they have their own. If you take Buddhism, Jainism, you take Jews. So for everyone, there is a holy book, right? So the Vedas are considered more sacred than this holy book. Why? It's because it's the words of God, and God only has made, like has said this for the betterment of living beings, not only human. In Veda, we find Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. One more thing is the advancement in science and technology, the electricity, the magnetism, whatever the scientific advancement which we are seeing today is all comes under the Atharva Veda. May also take the voodoo, the black magic, or whatever the left path, everything has come under the Atharva Veda. So this was about the general introduction about the Veda, because first we have to know what is Veda. Veda is the words of God. And now I am trying to connect Jyotisha, also known as astrology, to Vedas. So this is a very disgrace that people now have made an astrology a separate entity, like separate subject, which is has no connection with mythology. That's very wrong. So this astrology, from astrology, the astronomy has taken birth. It's not like first astronomy has taken birth, then astrology. It's like not like that. It's reverse. You can take the example of Galileo. You can take the example of Copernicus. Nicholas Copernicus supported the heliocentric system, and Galileo at that time, he made a telescope, he identified the 4 moons of Jupiter. So whatever happened there, we have Johannes Kepler. Kepler gave the Kepler's law that the planets move in a elliptical orbit and not the circular orbit. So we have all these people. So this all comes under the Atharva Veda. Our sages have told this long back that Earth is a sphere. Earth is sphere. Earth is not flat. So it dates back to the time when sages clearly mentioned everything in Vedas. So let us see the origin of Jyotisha, aka astrology in Vedas. We have 6 major branches when it comes to the Veda. Like I told you, there are 4 Vedas, but there are some special branches in Vedas. The first one says education, Shiksha, aka also known as education. Shiksha, which deals with the Varna, the Swara, the alphabet thing. So the Varna, the correct pronunciation. I'm not telling it's pronunciation, it's actually wrong. You said that actually pronunciation. Everything comes under the Shiksha, also known as education system, and it's a part of Vedas. So we have Shiksha, aka education, is the first division. The second division is lyrics. Any kind of music today, you listen to any kind of music, we have something called lyrics. It's called as, in Sanskrit, it's called as the chanda, or the lyrical utterance of Vedic suktas is the second division, which is called as the chanda. So I'll not take much of the time going to divisions. The next we have grammar, also known as Vyakarana. Vyakarana is in Sanskrit, and in English it comes to grammar. So the whatever grammar we use today is all a part of Vyakarana, which is the third division of Veda. The fourth division is Nirukta, which is nothing but the difficult words, the jargons of the padas and the mantras. The difficult words used in padas or mantras all comes under the Nirukta. Not go in deep. So the fourth division is Nirukta. Fifth division is the Kalpa, which is all full of sutra, also known as formula. So all formulas related to the mantra, suktas, or everything, whatever related to formula is given in Kalpa. This is the fifth division of Veda. And at last, in the sixth division is Jyotisha, also known as astrology. Yes, you heard it right. Astrology is a major part of Vedas. In Sanskrit, it is called as Veda Chakshu, the eyes of Veda. So if you substitute Veda Chakshu, that is eyes of Veda, Veda means the words of God. So the God has given a very, very importance for astrology, also known as Jyotisha, which is in Sanskrit. So sixth division is astrology, which is a part of Vedas. So this is very much debatable today in 2018, that a few people from Western, it may be Chinese, it may be we have Chinese astrology, we have Indian Vedic astrology, we have Western astrology. Everything, astrology is one and the same. It has come from the holy book of God. It has come from the holy book of God. So now today, as a few people, they are trying to separate astrology from the holy book of Vedas. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So today we will see, we have seen the origin of astrology, which is from Vedas. We will see the main branches of astrology here. Like we have mainly 3 branches. One is the Samhita. Samhita is a collection. Samhita is just like a collection of collection of multitudes, we can say, hymns where there are some stanzas. So it's only a theoretical part. In simple, Samhita is just the theoretical part. That's the first part, first division, or you can say first part of the astrology or Jyotisha. The second thing, well, it's a bit interesting. It is Siddhanta or the Ganita, mathematics. All the mathematics, you see the longitude of the planets, the calculations, the ayanamsha, the everything comes under the Siddhanta. Siddhanta mainly deals with the mathematical part of astrology. And I'm not telling from my own experience. It's like it's given by renowned scholars and international authors of a very famous book as well. So second division in astrology is the Siddhanta or Ganita, which is the mathematical part. So Ganita is just nothing but mathematics. The Siddhanta is the actual word for the, and the third thing is very interesting. That is the application part, which is called as Hora. Hora is where we deal with the individual HBC horoscopic birth chart. We deal with the study of time. The it's like the what dasha individual is running, the what yogas the individual has, everything comes under the Hora. See, Hora is derived from the two words. It's Ho and Ra. Ra is Ratri, night, and Ho is Aho Ratri. Aho and Ratri, it means day and night. So Hora, it's a bit complicated. Like we have only 7 planets taken into account, nodes, namely the Rahu and Ketu, aka also known as the dragon head and dragon tail, don't have the Horas. It's only the Sun to Saturn. Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn. All 7 planets have their respective Horas. But I will deal with this in the upcoming classes. But now we will see the 3 main divisions of astrology, also known as Jyotisha. That is, the first one is Samhita, which is the collection of multitudes. The second division is the mathematical part, also known as Siddhanta. And the third division in astrology is Hora. So this is about the origin of astrology from Vedas. So now we see what are the basic qualities, prerequisites for practicing the Jyotisha, also known as astrology. So the prerequisites, we have something like a basic requirement for an Daivagna. Actually, astrologer is not the right word. The right word is Daivagna. Daiva is the Almighty God, and Agna is one who follows the master. Master here is Almighty, and one who delivers the message of Almighty is a Daivagna, in simple. One who delivers the message of Almighty God through a study of astrology, through the study of an intuitive part, whatever the Atindriya or one which is not visible to eye, whatever they practice and they deliver the message of Almighty to people, they are called as Daivagnas. In astrologer also, in Sanskrit, they are called as the Daivagna. So Daiva is Almighty and Agna is one who obeys the Almighty in a prescribed. They have a way. The first feature, the first the prerequisite for an Daivagna, also known as astrologer, is the physical features. He should be a very good to look at the appearance. He should be cleanly shaved, should have a deep voice, sparkling eyes, should be able to convince, to tell the reality to people. So the physical features. We should not be with peers and hippie guy. No, Daivagna has to have a physical. Should have a good Now, he should be in a well dressed and well mannered. The first thing. The second thing is ethics. He should be truthful, righteous, believe in the path of the right path. Should have a clear tongue, that he should not use any base words. These are all that comes. It's all about moral soundness. So the third thing we have is the behavior in assembly. So he should not talk anything in favor of his own, or he should not take any credit. Whenever he's addressing to a group of people, his behavior matters in an assembly. It's the third thing. The fourth thing is the proficiency in Jyotisha, in his particular branch or expertise, whatever is, he should be very proficient. And if he is proficient in more than one method in astrology, that is a very added advantage for him. And the one more thing here, he should not be money minded. But in year of 2018, people have a negative image over astrology, so they waste a lot of time going to Daivagna. Hence, now it is mandatory for a Daivagna to charge a decent amount of fees, professional fees. Like they have the equal, I don't say equivalent, equal weightage as of a doctor. Why they save the word from ignorance, so at least they deserve a respectable fee and correct respect. So that's why the proficiency is a prerequisite for a Daivagna. And the main thing, you can say the fifth thing for a Daivagna is he has to be courageous, brave. He should defend the astrology whenever there is a critics, which involves the belief system in astrology. Whenever there is a disbelief in astrology, he should be able to tell the truth and convince people that astrology is a real thing. So he should be able to defend his own subject of astrology, which is as sacred as Vedas. So defense of astrology comes here. And the sixth thing is he should be aware of the solar, the lunar, the stellar, and the civil thing of all these branches in astrology. So these are all the prerequisites required for a Daivagna, also known as astrologer. So with this we have come to the main part. Now we are going to see the various the constellation, the fundamental architecture of our solar system is so that there are more than 7 billion people. If I consider the 84 lakh species of flora and fauna, so all living beings has that influence of these planets. Whether you take in a mythological way or a scientific way, the result is the same. At the end of the day, the rise and fall of the tides is moon. It is scientific. But a flower has to just face the sunlight, and hence it may be flora, it may be fauna, it may be 84 lakh living beings. We're all dependent on sun and other planets. So let us see how this is taken from geocentric system, that is how the earth is placed in the center. Well, we all know that the earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. It's not a exact circle or something like. It has the orbit has certain eccentricity or ellipse. An ellipse has an eccentricity which is something like more than 1 in the ratio. So it is measured how much more elliptical the orbit is, the number increases. That's called as the eccentricity, or the other word I can use is the elliptical or eccentricity of the orbit. So Earth orbit is close to a circle compared to other planets like Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. The eccentricity of the orbit is high, as told by Johannes Kepler. So this is a very basics. So now this is told by sages. All I want to tell you this is our first class, that there is a direct link between the astronomy and astrology. Astronomy originated due to a very brave men and women also. Like there are people who dedicated their life for astronomy, like Nicholas Copernicus, Johannes Kepler, Galileo Galilei, and many more. And also, if it comes to gravity, we have Isaac Newton. So all of them, they try to understand what is given in the Vedas, or also known as the words of God, which is mentioned in any holy book. Considered of, you take any religion, their holy book, they have mentioned about it. But now Islamic claim that they don't believe in astrology. But the fact is, God does not play dice with the universe. If He has created this universe, obviously He has given a karmic tool, so to manage this, the solar system. That is the where we have to defend astrology. So it's like this is a karmic map, or can say a karmic tool, which says like how much of Newtonian action reaction is there in our balance. You take a bank balance, whatever you have the money, right? The same way, it's all an action reaction thing. What goes around comes around. So it's just like Newtonian. See, astrology is in simple is Newtonian. What action you do, the reaction you will face. It's just like that. As you cook, you get served. So I'm not putting in the right way. What you cook, you get served. If you cook better, you get served better. You cook worse, you will be treated worse. It's all Newtonian. With this, I'm ending this class with saying that astrology has given a way for the development of astronomy. It goes like this, and it is highly Newtonian, and it is based on what comes around, or like you can say, as you cook, you get served. So anyway, you come across anyone who does not believe in astrology, the first thing, being a student of astrology, or you being an expert of astrology, or you may be a very famous Daivak, now first thing you should be defend astrology over critics. It's a very great disgrace that out of 7 billion people on planet, only a few percentage of people practice this astrology. So that's the real disgrace. So with this, I'm going to end this class by saying, let us begin a new age astrology, which is based on your Newton's third law. For every action, there is a equal and opposite reaction. There are fools today who don't believe in Earth as a sphere, who don't believe in gravity. You cannot help them. Our only job is to show them the right way, the right message, that astrology is nothing but words of God, and it is highly Newtonian, especially the Newton's third law. So what they cook, they get served. So with this, we're going to wind up the first class. I am Anil K. Achar. See you in the class 2 of New Age Astrology. Until then, stay tuned for ATV and other ATV premium videos. Until then, Hare Krishna to all. I'll see you soon in the next class.